see like a problem of too many cats in this neighbourhood?
Not really actually.
No?
Yeah.
Have you seen people feeding cats around here?
No, I've not seen any yet.
Will you be worried if there are too many cats in this?
I guess it will cause some hygiene or any when they start the habitat, and people start to feed them, then the population might increase. It might cause some hygiene problems in the future, but I believe responsible cat lovers should just probably adopt or bring them for any injection and proper care and all that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
How many cats do you see around here, stray cats?
5 or 6 cats around the corner.
Okay. Do you like cats?
No. No like.
Okay. So it's causing a problem to you?
It's okay lah.
It's okay?
Okay lah. Too many, that would be a problem. If too many.
What is the problem?
Because they get a lot of garbage. Because if you put the garbage, then they will look for a food inside the garbage one.
那你住的这个地方会不会有很多猫啊？很多野猫？
会
哈。你觉得这边会不会太多了？
是没有对我造成困扰啦，所以也还好啦。
Do you see any problem of too many stray cats in the neighborhood?
Stray cats, yes, but not to the extent of too many. I think it's pretty much the same as the other areas as well. And I know that some of my neighbors actually feed the cats, which is quite annoying. Yeah.
Why is it annoying for you?
Because if you feed the cats, then the cats are never going to go away, and sometimes they even reproduce, and that adds on to the population also.
If they want to keep the cat as hobby or something other, then they should take proper care because cat also like human being need medical attention and all this proper food and all this so I don't think so it's not so good
What do you think would be the problem if somebody starts feeding?
The problem like my wife car scratches from those the cat climb over and scratch windscreen and I don't know.
A black cat which want to attack my dog because my dog is just rushing happily around. Then he thought my dog is going to attack the cat. Then the cat is so fierce that I quickly carry my dog and walk away.
Not really against or for, but I will probably advise saying that this is not the advised way to do it, or the appropriate way to do it. I will not violently object or support his or her action.
I think 最好是不要咯。不然会有些maybe 蚂蚁还是蟑螂吧。
那我这边好像很多猫啊。
猫没有，因为这边的猫有一个猫的 take care level, cat level. Maybe there's a cat level. So actually they bring the cat to sterilize, then they put it back. There's a cat lover staying at second floor, 26 something.
Oh, you know the person personally? Have you spoken to her?
I saw her, then feeding cat. So we approached her, then he said that she herself bring up money to sterilize cats and few of the cat lover together.
So you would not encourage people feeding?
Yeah, to feed the cats, especially where when they feed the cats, the food is just there and then they don't clean up also. Yeah.
Is it true they don't clean up?
They don't.
Usually at night, I suppose.
No, actually in the daytime. Morning or afternoon. Yeah, daytime.
Let's say people like dogs, they also keep them as a pets and keep at home. Then they like cats, they make a problem become other people's problem also. They let stray cat go around is other people's problem also.
你还是不鼓励人家就是有那种爱心想要去喂猫这样子？
假如真的要养动物的话，就在家里自己养宠物啊，不要在外面，然后养了一大堆野猫。可能有时晚上看到一只黑黑的野猫会吓到吧。
你在这边有人喂猫的话呢，你会鼓励吗？
喂猫应该是不鼓励吧。
为什么？
因为怕等一下，好像我们每次一来吃东西它就跑来，它知道等一下你会喂它嘛。看等一下环境会肮脏。
And so you are okay with people feeding?
Okay if they don't dirty up the place, it's fine, you see. Cats also like that. If they don't dirty up, like they mess up with, after they don't clear, they got ants around, that's not good But they do clear, we see that they do clear. She come up with those Tupperware and she clear, that's good.
I sincerely want to reduce the population of stray cats in Singapore. So I take the next step to sterilize them. Then the next step again, after sterilizing them, release them back, I must make sure they have food. Yeah, and then make sure they are not treated badly.
Okay.
Come on, take a.
Why do you want to reduce the stray cat population?
Maybe I think it's just one fine day. I in the older day, when I was younger, there's no such thing as caregiver. People just throw fish and feed. Then subsequently the population grew. The other I realized, there was once I realized, I felt that, I told my mom, why so many cats hanging around there? That time I haven't started, I was still young. Actually, it can be quite a nuisance if there are too many. Yeah. So, and we are urban dwellers, so it may not be a good idea to have so many untaken care of cats. Yeah, so maintaining the population and reducing it subsequently by sterilization, I thought is a better way.
What do you think of people who take those traps from, AVA and then they trap them and cull them? Yeah.
Okay, what my personal opinion on trapping of the cats. Okay, first, when a person decides to rent a trap from AVA, I think so, it's from AVA, right?
Yes.
There is a reason behind it. Traps are not actually rented to trap cats in the HDB area. It happens in the landed property areas. So the reasons that, in fact, recently I have a few friends who called and told me about what happens to cats being trapped in the landed property area. Reasons quoted was the cats are a nuisance. Why? What kind of nuisance they cause? They shit and pee in the garden. Okay, I can understand lah. It's your area and the cats are actually getting your area. So they do this. Yeah. I personally do not agree. Being a caregiver, I wouldn't agree to trap cats. Even if, for my case, even if I have a very difficult cat to trap, there are some really very wild cats to be sent to sterilize. I will try my best not to trap them. Even if you need to for the right reason, let's say trap them to be sterilized, it has to be done in a humane way. If the person rents a trap and then the cats get trapped, say on a Friday, okay, these cats will be transported over to the authority to be, to be put to sleep. What happens to these cats? Okay, authorities are not open on the weekends. So the question here that puzzles even we caregivers are, what happens to these cats over the weekend? You see, are they given? Yes, they're going to be sent to the authority to be put to sleep, but at least they need to be treated properly over the weekend, right? Yeah. Well, what I was told is they'll be put in the van of the. Yes, with a van, or they actually have a warehouse and then put it there. Well, it's a hearsay. I wouldn't know whether is it true.
One of the problems is because the cats travel around. They are, what would some people call them, nomadic, and that's why they disturb other people.
Cats are mobile. They move everywhere. Even my cats were sterilized. After eating, they move around there. Yeah. If without the collar, people would think, this is another stray cat. Yeah. Well, the owners of the house, they have their concerns. We also have our concerns, but the basis of it is do it in a humane way.
Most cat lovers like Angela are against the idea of trapping and culling cats. So what is AVA's stand on this issue?
Well, AVA takes a balanced approach. Right? We have to take the interest of we understand the good intention of the cat lovers, and we also have to take into interest of the others who are affected by the cats. Likewise, town councils also have to take into interest the community's feeling towards cats. So, in the case of AVA, we do believe that culling as well as sterilization measures need to be taken to control the population.
A lot of people are very interested in the option that AVA gives, which is cat traps, cat culling. So can you tell us what's the rationale behind it?
Stray cats by nature are elusive, right? Because they are not accustomed to people, so they may just be coming into your compound to probably look for food or just defecate, and therefore may pose a problem. So we loan out traps to residents or organizations bothered by stray cats. The loan and collection of trapped cats is a free service provided by AVA, and this is to help to reduce the population of unwanted cats. Over the years, there has been a reduction in the number of cats culled. In 2005, we had about 5,005, and last year, 2008, we had about 3,003. So there has been a reduction in the number that has been brought for culling.
What are some of the challenges that AVA has to face while dealing with this cat situation?
It's balancing the interests of people who care for the cats and for people who have a little aversion for cats. And that is quite difficult, right? Because it is an emotional issue. There are people who sterilize cats, right? And they assume that once cats are sterilized, it should pose no harm at all, right? But then there are others who will tell you that the sterilized cats also cause nuisance by coming into food centers or defecating and soiling the areas. And therefore, the management of the estates have to take a balanced view and request some of the cats to be removed.
Can you just name us what are the problems that an overpopulation of cats will pose?
An overpopulation of cats would pose an hygiene problem, right? You may get defecation all over the place, and this will be not cleaned up well enough, right? And at the same time, in large numbers, the cats may be wandering in a wider area, and you will find that they'll have to intrude into other people's homes, which may not be acceptable to many.
Do you see an increase in the number of cat abuse cases?
We have not seen any increase, right? As I said before, there have been some perception of cats being abused, but as long as people do not come forward to report to the AVA or to the other authorities like the police or SPCA, we will not be able to take action if we do not have sufficient evidence. But some of the instances that we receive information, they are insufficient and not conclusive as to whether it was a real case of abuse or whether it was some situation where the cat or the dog or whatever landed up in an accident and then got injured and subsequently became ill and the conditions worsened and it looked like a very case of abuse. But it could have stemmed from a very small wound, which, because it's a stray, it is not cared for, and the wound can become bigger, right, and more severe, and in the end it will look like a very bad case of abuse.
Do you think that a more controlled population of cats might reduce the possibility of cat abuse?
Cat abuse may not be so much so because of the population, right? There may be some individuals who may be a little sick in the head, and that could have been the case, right? I think there was some report that we had previously in the press where this man had to go for some psychiatric help. So if you have such a situation, whether the population is small or large, will not. And generally I would think that most cases of abuse would have resulted in people not being in good frame of mind.